Man, Senna is so broken right now, and no one is even talking about it. And in today's video, I'll show you exactly why she's broken and how you have to play the new Senna, because it changed. It changed for the good, because if you were already a pretty good Senna player, you're gonna dominate every game now. If you have no idea how to play Senna, I'm gonna teach you how to play Senna. If you're already incredibly good at Senna, you can get even better, because I can promise you that I'm gonna show you a lot of things in today's video that you've never seen before on Senna, because this champion is even crazier than you think. So there's timestamps in the description if you just want to skip to the gameplay. Now I'm gonna explain to you guys how to build Senna. So I essentially have two builds. I have three builds, but I'm gonna talk about the two builds mainly. This is the build against squishies, and then here is a not this one. What the hell? Here is a build against tanks. Let's quickly talk about the build against tanks, because this is not my main build. I don't really like playing this build. So you go for a black cleaver, whatever boots you want. You know, you can go for the boots of speed or armor boots, whatever. It's fine. And the second item, you go for the Divine Sunderer. And then here it's completely situational. Actually, not a rapid fire cannon, but you can go for a Mortal Minder. Mortal Minder is great. As I said, it's just situational. You know, Guardian Angel is great. Wits End you can go for. Whatever you need. If you need more damage, Navori Quick Blade, whatever you need. But basically, you go for Black Cleaver and Divine Sunderer. That's the part of this build. And then for the runes you go on this build, you go for Kraken Slayer, Giant Slayer, 100% Giant Slayer, because if you're against tanks, Giant Slayer is going to be worth it. And then here is situational. I just very quickly wanted to talk about the build because I want to show it out there. But then here, this is the golden build. This is the gold. This is the shiny golden build. So let me explain. This is the build you play generally. Unless you're against like a lot of tanks, you just build this build. You start off with a Mana Mune. You know, you start with a Mana Mune, you're gonna stack it up passively all the time with your first ability and all that kind of stuff. Oh, actually Sickle, of course, you know, even with that other build, first Sickle. So yeah, Mana Mune. For the boots, 99% of the game's Boots of Fury. The whole purpose of this build is getting as many stacks as possible and absolutely demolishing the enemies in the late game. So you really want to get Boots of Fury. With the other build, you don't want to get Boots of Fury generally. I mean, you can do it, but you're going to miss out a little bit of the movement speed because Black Cleaver already gives you movement speed. So you're going to be missing out on a little bit of movement speed. So it's just not worth it, because sure, you know, it's just not as worth on the other build. But in this build, 100% you go for it. 100 million billion percent you go for Boots of Fury. And then for the enchantment, you go for Meteor, because you can catch out the enemies, you can use Meteor, or Stasis enchant. Stasis is also really good. If the enemy can dive you, you go Stasis, and it's actually really, really important to get this one if you need it. Second item is going to be a Navori Quick Blade, and at this point, you're just going to be unbelievably powerful. You're going to be reducing the cooldowns of your abilities constantly, because you're very easily going to hit 100% crit rate on Senna if you just gather enough stacks in the game. Here it becomes situational, but Runaan's Hurricane, guys. Runaan's Hurricane is the golden item as well on Senna that no one talks about. If you're against lots of melee champions, Runaan's Hurricane is an absolute banger. It allows you to hit multiple enemies, get multiple souls at the same time, and just do insane damage. Because you have so much range, you can hit multiple enemies at the same time. Rapid Fire Cannon, I don't really recommend. I've never liked going for Rapid Fire Cannon on Senna. I don't even know why people do it, to be honest. Wits End is good. If you need magic resist, Wits End is definitely the way to go. And Iceborne Gauntlet is also an item you can build. If you're up against a heavy AD and you need armor, you can go for Iceborne Gauntlet. And then as your last item, you go for Guardian Angel. This one is really, really nice to get as well, just because of the Guardian Angel and the bonus attack damage. For the runes, you still go for Kraken Slayer. It's way too good on Senna to not go. And here you go for Brutal. Senna can dominate the lane with Brutal especially, because your first ability also applies Brutal. It does the bonus Brutal damage because your first ability applies on-hit effects. Third one, you go for Second Wind. Now this allows you to be even more aggressive in the lane. Imagine this. You trade with the enemy, you know, you do basic attack first ability, but the enemy Nami, for example, uses her second ability on you. She's likely gonna outdamage you. But if you have a Second Wind, you're gonna be able to get the stack, do a little bit of damage to the Nami, and heal up because of the Second Wind. So you can actually get more stacks in your lane. So that's the whole point of Second Wind. It kind of allows you to get away with playing a bit more aggressively to gather more stacks in the earlier stages of the game. And here, yet again, you want that movement speed. Back Hunter, whenever you're close to enemies, you get modus movement speed. Really, really good. Well, I mean when you're close to an ally, like basically in your lane, When you're close to your ally, you get that 2% bonus movement speed, which is incredibly good because you can easily walk up to the enemy, basic attack, first ability, whatever, however you want to do it, and go back. You don't want to go Nimbus Cloak because Nimbus Cloak only activates after an ability. Pack Hunter is essentially constantly going to be giving you that bonus movement speed, which is just enough to be able to reach the enemy champion quite easily to get your stacks on them. Really, really important rune, this one. And for your spells, you go for Flash and Heal. So that is it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. And it is my own gameplay. And guys, brace yourselves for this gameplay because even I was not ready for me to be this good on Senna. Like, honestly, even I was not ready for this because, man, like, if you haven't seen a full power Senna yet, then you're about to witness it today. I love this skin as well, by the way. I want to remind you guys, I am doing a skin giveaway on my YouTube channel. I'm giving away 3 skins this month. All you have to do is put down a comment under this video, and you can increase your chances by putting down comments on other videos in March. I'm going to be picking 3 winners at the end of March. Take a look at how I'm starting the game. I put a ward in their bush. In case some of the enemies walk into the bush, I'll use the ward to hit them. Look at how I'm playing here already. I use my first ability on my minions to bully them, because then it gets bonus range. After I use my first ability, I walk up to them. So like, look, first ability, I walk up and hit. The reason this is working so effortlessly is because your first ability slows the enemies now. That is the big change they did to Senna, the slow. I cannot stress how much stronger Senna became. Look, I cannot stress how much stronger Senna became because of the slow. Look at this. I already have 6 stacks. We're not even a minute into the game and I have 6 stacks already. So what I'm trying to say is, like, oh, if that catches him, that's another stack with the first ability. Boom. I'm just maintaining a distance here. Kai'Sa got caught. I heal her right before the ignite. I did a very quick heal because I knew they had an ignite. I could have flashed towards the Thresh here, but it was too risky, to be honest. But yes, there's multiple ways to gain stacks in your lane. The first one is if the enemy gets close to you, you can basic attack and then first ability. This is honestly the best way, but you know, if you're against a good enemy, they're not gonna step up to you as much. See, the second way, which is a bit more reliable, if you're against a good enemy, is using the minions to hit your first ability on the enemy. And after you hit your first ability, you can then walk up to them and use a basic attack. Like this, and then walk up to them. The reason that it didn't work now is because Zeri was way too far away. So if the enemies are like barely within your range, use your first ability on your minions or on the enemy's minions, hit it on the enemy, like here on my minions, and boom, basic attack. Hit him and boom, basic attack. That's 2 more stacks. You see that? You see how incredibly fast you can get your stacks if you play it like this. First ability. Oh, I hit her, but I didn't kill her. It's fine. I got 20 stacks. 20 stacks in 2 minutes and 20 seconds, by the way, guys. I want you to understand how unbelievably fast that is. 20 stacks in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And we keep going with the stacks. But with Senna, you have to be careful of something. The reason that I told you to go for Brutal, to go for Second Wind, to go for Pack Hunter and all that stuff is because you need to make sure you don't overextend in lane. I'm telling you guys to get stacks in lane, but you can fall for the trap of trying to chase stacks for nothing. You can very easily die for stacks. Like if you play it like an idiot, if you're constantly stepping up. I do this a lot as well. Like I play way too aggressive sometimes just because I want stacks. When you do that, oh nice. When you do that, what was I talking about? Yeah, you'll step up too much, and for example, the enemy Thresh in this particular game is gonna hook me and kill me, right? Like, if he hooks me, he kills me. Getting killed is not worth 1 stack, guys. You can try to convince me as much as you want, but it's not worth it. So you need to make sure you have your boundaries. Don't go too far. Sometimes it's okay to not get stacks, just don't die. Just don't kill yourself in lane for nothing. That's stupid. So like, don't overstep too much just because Hells told me to get stacks. No. Do it, but understand that you shouldn't die for it. Don't die for it. It's not worth to die for stacks. Boom, boom. See this? Just like this. You see how simple that one was? First ability on the minions and stacks. Second ability on the Thresh and stack. Look at how much distance I'm having. And even with all that distance, I still got caught. However, this was all calculated. I knew that if I would get caught in, you know, because I was playing so safe, I would be fine. And all of that because I was playing so safely. If I was stepping a bit further and he hooked me right in the middle of them, I would have died instantly. But because he hooked me close to our turret, right next to the Kai'Sa, he had to dive in, and we were able to kill them before he was able to kill me. So those are things you need to understand with Senna. You need to maintain a good distance from the enemy, and Senna can do that, right? Because Senna has a big range. And especially after you reach 20 stacks, it's gonna be much easier, because then you're gonna get that bonus range, and then you can maintain an even bigger range. Of course, 40 stacks is even better, you know what I mean? I flashed here on him. Oh my god. I mean, what? I flashed and used my second ability on him to... Oh, that was just... hitting him and using my first ability just to do damage. Ooh, I got my stack. He's gonna die. And even Orianna died. Look at that. I mean, just look at this. How crazy is this? Oh, if I took 2 minions, that's not good. I'm at 49 stacks, 5 minutes into the game, by the way. That is an unbelievable amount. You're probably not gonna reach that many stacks, but if you follow my advice, you're definitely gonna be improving the amount of stacks you're getting in the game. As I said, you're probably not gonna get this many. This is a lot. But if you play it really well, you can definitely get this many. But you really have to be able to hit your abilities, like especially your second ability as well. Because my second ability has also gotten me like 8 or 9 stacks throughout this whole game. I tried to kill the Zeri here. I actually did hit her, but it was not enough. Oof. It was just not enough, but it's fine. At least I tried. Let's give him the scuttle crab and then go back to it. Take all the stacks and keep pushing, keep applying the pressure. We can take this lane. We can take this turret, I mean. Fizz is coming. Fizz is a bit of an annoying champion because he can avoid my second ability. If I hit him, he can just use his third ability. But he just used it. Why would he do that? Okay, yeah, and he flashes away. Ooh! What? He goes in like a crazy person, but I'm healing him, and my heal actually saved him. And my second heal also saved him. Man, I'm a banger support this game, not gonna lie. I saved the Kai'Sa again by killing the enemy. Like, honestly, this Kai'Sa should thank me for being a good support for him. I've played this game really well with him. I'm gonna hit him. He's dead. And boom. That's another kill. I mean, we hit those. You just have to hit those. And with your second ability, practice makes perfect. But some good advice that I have for your second ability as well is don't rush. Like, don't throw it immediately, because then enemies can dodge it more easily. Nice, dead. But I should be able to kill the Fizz as well. So what you should do, you know, sometimes, of course, you want to throw it fast. Like, if the enemies cannot see you, you can throw it fast. But if the enemies can see you, they're obviously gonna expect you to throw your second ability. So you can kind of wait a little bit. And then when you see the perfect moment, for example, right here, Orianna is obviously running to the right. I know she's running to the right, so I can very easily aim my second ability to hit Orianna because she's running to the right. If the enemy has an obvious walking pattern, I missed my second ability here. But if the enemy has an obvious pattern of walking, you know, if they're chasing you, if they're chasing one of your allies, if they're running away, you know, if they're going somewhere and you know where they're going, use your second ability because you can hit it for free. Otherwise, I recommend you to wait a little bit and try to shoot it like at a bit of an unpredictable moment, so the enemies won't dodge it as easily. That if you follow these types of tips, you're gonna have a much higher success rate hitting your second ability. I'm ready to use my ultimate here. You should, by the way, always be ready to use your ultimate. Because of course it's a cross-map ultimate. And if you guys want to like this video, it would be very nice. I realized during the streams, I'm streaming a lot now on YouTube, by the way, that actually asking viewers to like really helps a lot. So I'm gonna do it in videos too. Just, you know, just click on the button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and all of that. There, you get a free smile because you're giving the video a like, you see? That's so awkward. What am I even doing? What am I even saying? I'm just making videos. Hit! Boom! Look at that damage. I mean, just look at this damage. She's right there. Boom! I killed her. Oh, baby! Oh, I'm probably dead. I could heal, but... there's no way in hell I'm surviving a full-on Fizz all in. So yeah, that's why in this game I'm going stasis, because they have a lot of stuff that I need to stasis. You know, Fizz would be an example. Zoe, I need stasis against as well. And Thresh, I need stasis against as well. These are all champions you need stasis against. So in this game, I'm going stasis. 100%. And we have enough damage, so we don't need a meteor. So, you know, all of those things you need to keep into consideration. Kai'Sa's gonna take the red buff. I should take the red buff, to be honest. I'm doing much better than his Kai'Sa. But it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. But she should have honestly respected me by giving it to me, you know what I mean? Like sometimes when I'm playing a game and one of my allies is doing really well, you know, I respect that ally and I give them the buff instead of me taking it, even though I'm the ADC or the mid lane, you know what I mean? Trying to save my teammate here. Look, obvious pattern. You see? That was an obvious movement pattern. I hit him. It's simple. Like, all of these types of hits look like incredible plays, but if you actually think about it and understand how I'm thinking to hit them, you will understand, like, hey, wait a minute. This was really not that much of an impressive hit. Sure, it was a good hit, but I can do this too. You know, it's not that impressive. I just need to pay attention. Like, Fizz is obviously chasing the Kai'Sa. So with some basic math, you know, his speed and the speed of my second ability, I can calculate that I need to shoot it here when the Fizz is here. Because when the Fizz is walking, zoom, I hit it. Just like the Orianna here. I shot it instantly because I was out of vision. I could flash and it worked. Look at that. So this one is a bit more advanced, but you can do this one as well. You know, flashing towards the enemy and using your second ability. You have to use your second ability first and then instantly flash. And yeah, I mean, for that one, you can go into practice mode. I can explain to you as much as I want, but just go into practice mode and master that one. It's really rewarding to master Senna, by the way. This is one of those champions that's like really, really rewarding to play as a support. Like if your team is trash, you can carry the game yourself. Like actually, you can just carry the game yourself as a support. This is stupid, by the way. We're way too aggressive. I hit the Orianna. I could kill the Orianna here, but I would die for it. It seems like Twisted Fate is dying for the Orianna already. I kind of want to save my Kai'Sa here, so I'm just looking at the movement patterns again. And yet again, look at that. You see how simple it is? Do you guys see it? Every time I'm getting these free kills because of this basic pattern that I'm following. I could try to hit my ultimate on this Zoe, but yeah, she dodged it. And she's dead as well. There we go. Wow, just wow. Like this is just a wow game, honestly. The enemies have no chance. You know, when you play Senna like this, enemies just have no chance. You will be so powerful. Like, look, boom, boom, boom. Is he really gonna die? He's dead as well. Look, yet again, the obvious movement pattern. Easy hit. I'm hitting almost every single second ability. Obvious movement pattern. If he had vision on me, that was the obvious movement pattern. That's why I shot it like that. But he didn't have vision. Here, yet again, obvious movement pattern. It's every time. Every single time. Every time. I wanted to go Infinity Edge this game, potentially, but I'm probably gonna go for something like a Wit's End. Because they have Orianna, Fizz, Zoe, they're like full AP. Wit's End, yeah, exactly. Wit's End makes the most sense. Wit's End is actually a pretty good, actually really good Senna item if you need magic resist. Because Wit's End applies on-hit effects. And as I said, excuse me, as I said, your first ability and your basic attacks, of course, apply on-hit effects. So you can very easily do the Wit's End damage. And it heals you up, so it's nice, it's just nice. I have 89 stacks, by the way. It's pretty good. I'm waiting here in case someone shows up. There's an Orianna. And I hit her, of course. Boom. She's already half HP just with that poke. Another thing you can do is if an enemy minion is very low and enemies are close to that minion, you can also literally just aim at that minion. You can literally aim at the minion. You're not gonna damage the enemies, but you're gonna root them for free. So if you want to do that, it's a bit of a cheeky one, but you can do it like that as well. Where you shoot it on a minion and just root the minion and everything around it. I could flash towards her as well. Yeah, exactly. I mean, exactly. I rooted Zoe as well. I mean, she's dead as well. Just perfect. Like, what can I say? There's no... This is basically like the cameo gameplay from Lonely Kid. This is absolutely perfect. There's nothing I could have possibly done better this game. Like, literally nothing. This whole game, I made absolutely zero mistakes. Like, actually, have I made a single mistake this game? I have actually not made a... I do not think I've made a single mistake in this game. I don't even think I've missed a second ability. I have missed some, but those that I've missed would have worked if the enemies had vision. Like, wow, this game is actually perfect as well. I'm starting to upload a bit more actual perfect games on the YouTube channel. It's pretty sick. Look, I even hit that one. Oh my god. See, sometimes, of course, you can try to do a hard one. You know, you can try to hit one like that. Sometimes it's gonna pay off. Most times you're not gonna hit it. But, you know, better use your abilities than to not use them, right? So that's why I shot it through the fizz like that. 114 stacks, by the way. Look at that damage. I mean, just end their misery at this point. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this even me? Is someone playing on my account or something? What is this? Wow. Damn, even rewatching it. This is so surprising. I mean, I have to be MVP. Yeah, there we go. How much damage did I do? I'm pretty sure I outdamaged everyone this game. Yeah, I mean, look at this is support. I'm the support, dealing 28,500 damage. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.